myself. It's better for my health, leave it on the shelf. Ain't hearing nothing else. Tonight and tonight, knowing the price, pay it off with my life, till it's out with your lights, do it all for the Christ, and he ain't playing nice, knew the end from the start, fix your face like it's art, the sons of a simp, call them Bart, yeah you did your best, played your part, but now it's time to cut you to the heart, flex on occasion, it's the strangest of the salvation, you see it, believe it, amazing. Them chariots coming invasion since the creation. War, mind, Lord, bless the general. Greatest nation, eat them unequivocal. Bombs dropping, buddy, cause it's biblical. Start shit, now it's time to finish. Whoa. Said he won't vote, he looking for smoke. So, we give him some more. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world.
I can't wait for our kingdom to start and for there to be finished. Get rid of all of their idols and lying religions. Look for the crown like an Edris. Hey, this that crown talk. Wisdom of Solomon 5 talk. This that second Edris 6 and 9. We want eyes talk. It's your time to end and my time again. It's our time to win. Away with the sin. You know what it is. Rejoice with my kin. See that is why we repented. Go to streets, I can see myself in it. The city is bright, the kingdom of light. A wonderful sight past the angels, the inner light. I need 1,000 years of labor. Sit on my throne with my savior. Try to know wine, press alone. He bring pain like major. You think the nations is equal to us? TK Kirkland, who raised you? Flex on occasion, my God a racist. That's why we moving with patience. It's been a long time coming. I spent my whole life running. Now that I'm 10 toes down and established my faith on 100. Woe to the nations, my king will race them. You know they gotta be punished. Jeremiah 25. Yeah, you know they gon' fry. Whoa! Said he won't vote, he looking for smoke. So, we give him some more. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go. What's going on, y'all? Shalom, shalom, shalom. Most High Christ bless. All right, we all back. Lord's will, y'all had a great weekend. Excellent Sabbath.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to reintroduce ourselves. I'm Captain Zakat.
Hey. It's Officer Shim.
Yeah, Officer Judah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, let's get that thumbnail up there, y'all. Let's get that thumbnail up there. All right, so tonight's show. All right, remember last week we went into the people, the indigenous people of Europe, right, which is our people. All right, and we were going into the last names and the actual people and the connection to the 12 tribes and all that. Tonight we got our special guest going into the indigenous tribes of Belize, past and present. Now this is excellent, right? Put that thumbnail back. We don't need to see me right now. Put that thumbnail back, right? And this is something that we haven't gone over per se because we focusing in on Belize, all right? And our special guest tonight is JT, West Coast greatest voice. JT, where you at, bro?
Come on, brother!
Somebody put JT on the screen. Yo, JT, what's going on, bro?
We can't hear you.
Hey,
and
fix his name. You got Dr. Marie Charles up there, man. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, that's
hey, they try to rename you, JT. What the hell?
that's disrespectful right there.
That's mad disrespectful.
The doctor, that's disrespectful.
Hey, man. Hey,
said
JT.
to the doctor that's disrespectful.
Just look what we got to deal with all day, man.
Oh, man.
We got to deal with these guys every day.
Yeah. Hey, so put JT back on the screen, though. Put JT back up while y'all fix that. All right. Wow, these guys
put
so slow.
JT back on the screen.
You.
Now you can see what we go through, JT.
Right.
Whoa.
JT, sorry, yeah. We about to fire all these guys as soon as the show is over. You know what I mean?
2 checks.
I recommend them.
All right. So JT, hey man, listen, I've seen you on different clips. And you know, you had some real, and it's funny because I had never seen you before. Maybe I think I seen you maybe about 2 months ago for the first time. And I seen you were pretty crisp. I was like, oh man, this guy got some got some knowledge. You know what I'm saying? At first I thought you were just like telling jokes or something, like, you know, just like kind of joking around when I first seen you. Then I seen you again and again. So wait a minute, this guy got some knowledge, got some sense. You know, so just introduce yourself and talk about your podcast and what you do on your show and your clips. You know, talk about that a little bit, and then get into what we're gonna get into tonight, of course.
Sure. To everybody who's watched me the first time, hey, how you guys doing? Name's JT. I operate the West Coast Greatest Voice. Essentially, it's a platform on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I look at myself as the voice of culture and the voice of what's going on the West Coast. I use that umbrella term, West Coast Greatest Voice, but essentially I use that as an umbrella term to talk about all different aspects of culture. Because when you come to California, reality is you got everybody living here. You got us here, you got the Guatemaltecos here, you have people from Belize here, ironic, a lot in Los Angeles. So it gives me the space to kind of talk about just all different aspects of like where it's talking about what's going on here, or whether it's also talking about where we come from or where our family members might have came from.
Right.
And yeah, that's pretty much some of what I do.
Right. So let me ask you, is your family from Belize?
No.
Okay.
My family's 100% African American.
Okay. All right. Because I was wondering, I didn't know how many Belizeans live. And you said there's a lot in LA?
There's a lot.
Okay.
In LA, when you go to LA, you'll see a lot of mestizo ones. You'll see a lot of mestizos. You'll see a lot of ones that fall in the category of mestizo, Kriol, and a lot of Garifunas.
Yes.
The Kriol ones are essentially, from the eye, they're just basically black ones.
Right.
The Garifunas and the Kriol ones are basically black ones, but there's a difference in between the two because we'll go get into that later, I guess.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I grew up in New York, so it's a lot of Belizeans there, a lot of Garifuna, but we didn't know about the term Garifuna until I didn't learn about that till much later, because they weren't saying, you know, we all in school, everybody just calling themselves black and Hispanic or whatever the case may be, you know. So obviously, you know, in New York's everybody there, you know, you got so-called Puerto Rican, so-called Dominican, some of this, that. We know we all got the same kind of background and same kind of roots. So nobody, but the Garifuna, that's when I said, oh wow, you know, I didn't know about that. You know what I mean? And but hey, let's get into it, please. Let's get into it, JT.
So, in terms of where it starts with Garifunas, their story doesn't start in Belize, if you're talking about them.
Right.
But those who do not know who Garifunas are, they're essentially descendants of slaves from Western Africa.
That's right.
That when they were in the St. Vincent and Grenadines, they revolted against their masters and mixed with the Native American tribes there. So even until as it stands today, the language that they speak, Garifuna, and by the way, when you refer to them in plural, it's not Garifuna, it's Garigano. The language that they speak is essentially, it's like a mixture of Arawak and Carib Native American mixed with the African language from their native tribes they come from in Africa.
Right.
Well, they've kept that language for 400 years. Where we get to Belize is at a certain point, once the colonies, and I want to say it was the Spaniards, they got into what it began like about 100 years or so after their first revolt, grouped them all up and shipped them to an island just off the coast of Belize and Guatemala.
That's right.
There's also a lot of Guatemala too as well.
Right. That little island, what is the name of that island again? It's like you can go there from like Colombia, right? You could like kind of jump off from Colombia and go there. I forgot the name of that.
Where they landed at, where they initially landed at, and they mixed that. It was in the St. Vincent and Grenadines.
St. Vincent. Okay, that's when they first.
St. Vincent and Grenadines. That's where you have. So I'm kind of jumping around this, but
sure.
If you wanted to have like an actual umbrella, like an actual first term you could use to research about it, was called the Black Carib Wars. If you read about the history of the first Carib Wars, that's when they top up, because it's in the St. Vincent Grenadines. Right. That's what they landed at. But at a certain point, what happened is they got enough power, got enough control of the island. When the Spanish Armada came in, they got into another war. This was the second Carib Wars. They got them, grouped them all up, and that's when they sent them to the islands just off the coast of Belize and Guatemala.
Okay,
that
got
particular island, I forgot the name of, but yeah. So they did a lot of moving around throughout history.
Okay, and so the Grenadines, you know, my people is from out there as well.
Respect.
Yeah.
Are you saying now? You mean St. Vincent or Grenada? Because they're
okay, they're different. Yeah. Are you talking about the Saint? You talking about St. Vincent and those?
St. Vincent, yeah.
Okay. Well, I have not from there, but they have family that had moved there. You know, stuff like that. But Grenada, yes. and also throughout the Caribbean as well.
It's all
Right.
in that same area, but you gotta remember the names change for some places as time
Yes.
went there. So it's the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So in regards to, let's say, Belize,
Mhm.
we know that the Mayans kind of
Mhm.
ran through there. What do you have on that? Do you know anything about that? Have you studied that?
So when you
history?
go there, when you go to Belize, to be fair to play devil's advocate, not
Right.
play devil's advocate, they have God knows how many different tribes in Belize.
Right.
And we, since we're not from out there, we'll just refer to them under the same umbrella term as Mayan. When you go to Belize, off the top of my head, I can't remember the names of a few of the tribes out there, but I know as it stands right now, I want to say there's 6 out there that I can say if 100% have a spoken language that they have out there, but then that's completely different than the ones you find in Guatemala that you find in Mexico. So there's some out there. There might be 1 or 2 in Belize that modern day to fall under the umbrella term Mayan, but there's a lot more that don't, if that makes sense.
Right. Right.
Like, for example, if you go to like Guatemala, they speak Mum, and they'll have another one I want to say Tiwe, but that's like just 2 of like 18 different indigenous languages you'll find in Guatemala. But I bring this up because a lot of them cross and forth as far as the history which with Belize too.
Right. Right. So
Where
me-
oh sorry, go ahead.
no. Oh no. You had something. You can continue.
Yeah, where it's at right now.
Yeah.
See, Belize is a little bit different because Belize used to be a part of Guatemala.
Yep.
So they're having a little thing. There's always been a little bit of a tip between them. With the Garifunas that are there right now, there's a little bit of a lot of their land is being taken. There has been an argument for the last 15 years between them and the Guatemalan government. I want to say some protesting in Belize too, because they've been arguing, you guys speak about this stuff that's supposed to be this, you care about the natives here. We're natives to this land. We have just as much native blood as we do black blood. We actually still speak the language, so we're entitled to this land as well. But a lot of them are taking their land, for tourism purposes, because they will live on the coast. So when you go there, they most of their cities, they're coastal people for the most part. So yeah.
Right. Because I know that the in Belize specifically and in Guatemala, like you said, because Belize was a part of Guatemala, like you were saying, you had Spain and Britain kind of fighting over the territory, right? So you had the British. They were, everybody was looking for the wood and trying to log and get the timber and send it back over across seas. And so you had that constant beef between Spain and Britain over this land until, I guess Belize was actually caught. But please, you.
So as it stands today, going back to the peoples of Belize, that's why if you talk to a lot of people who are black but they're Belizean Kriol, or we'll just call them Kriols, their term for themselves is based off of those who were descended from the colonies when it was a British colony, like the English speaking was. That's why Belizean Creole is an English-based patois, or it almost sounds kind of similar to Jamaican a little bit because they're both descendants of like the British colonies. With Garifunas, it can kind of be up in the air sometimes because a lot of them, most Garifunas that are from Belize or from Guatemala, they'll speak at least 3 languages.
Right.
They'll speak English, they'll speak Spanish, and they'll speak Garifuna.
Right.
But then you'll meet some who are from Belize that might just speak English and Garifuna, or speak English, Garifuna, and Creole. So it's kind of fascinating. They make a separation between themselves, but to what you're saying. So yeah, that's true too.
Right. Right. So how did you get it? What made you start to go into the history of, let's just say, Belize, or is it a study of Central America as a whole, or the Americas as a whole?
When I was a kid, I was really, really into Afro-diasporic studies. Like I was really into it. Like 13, 14, 15 years old, I just was really into just Afro-diasporic, or just reading about all the different races and tribes you'd encounter, whether it's talking about the Garifuna, whether it's talking about the Afro-Cubanos, the people you meet in Grenada, the people you meet in Colombia. Like the people, and that's another thing people don't get. The story you have with the indigenous mixing with the African slaves and St. Vincent and going to in Belize, that didn't just happen there. That happened in a lot of different places. Whether you're talking about here with the Black Seminoles in Oklahoma or in Florida, whether you're talking about in Colombia, I forgot what they were called, but it was like a few tribes in Colombia that during slavery times the black slaves ran away and mixed with them. And even if you go out there, they're still there and they still speak the native languages.
Right.
It actually was a very common occurrence. But like just learning and reading about all these different places. So it started as that. Then when I got older and I started meeting these people, like I started meeting people from Belize and I started meeting people from Guatemala, I started meeting people from like Mum was the first Native American language I genuinely made an effort trying to learn. Mom is a language that's spoken by Indigenous from Guatemala, the Mom tribe there from the western northern part. And I made a genuine aggressive effort to try to learn that. I got good at like a few phrases, but like I was nowhere near the ability to be able to riz a woman in that language, but I was trying. God knows I was trying.
Come on. JT's a wild boy. Yeah. All right. So JT, look.
They are great women. You gotta let them make you food one time.
Oh,
Trust me. It's worth it. Trust me.
No, I know all about it, man. I grew up in that thing, man. Hey, watch this. We're gonna show you something, right? Bring up number 6. Brothers, bring up the cover of that book, and then I want y'all to go to a page. I just want to show JT something. All right, because you talked about the diaspora, the African diaspora, which is, that's the point. That's the discussion, right? Of our people coming and shooting into all different parts of the world, right? So this one is it's a complete idiot's guide, 2012, an ancient look at a critical time, right? And they use the term 2012 because according to what they say was the Mayan calendar, that was supposed to be the end of the world, right? But pretty much they just don't even know how to read the thing. But
must stay hard.
Right. Go to the next page. All right. Try to blow it up a little bit and then okay. All right, just read that.
All right, this is page 8. Conquistadors' theories. The Spanish conquistadors were the first to argue a more exotic origin.
Right. They're talking about the origin of the Mayans, right? Go ahead.
They were awed in
I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me say something else. Not just the Mayans, but, they had stretched all the way down, right? So what they saying, they talking about Mexico City, but they had went way down, like into Guatemala and all of that. All right, go ahead.
They were awed on their arrival at the Aztec city of Tenochtitlan, what is now Mexico City. Although amazed by their structures and the clearly advanced culture.
Right. I want to get into that for a second, right? So they said they had clearly advanced culture. So it wasn't like the Europeans came here, the white man came, and then he had to civilize a people. That was not the case. They were clearly advanced. Go ahead.
They were truly stunned when further exploration revealed the more elaborate ruins of the Maya.
Okay, go ahead.
They assumed the supremacy of the older Maya ruins compared to later Aztec cities, indicated a slowly devolving society.
Right, they called it a devolving society, right? Now, clearly they were part of the devolution, all right? We'll deal with that later, but go ahead.
Was there an earlier advanced culture that started Mesoamerican civilization? Did their knowledge slowly disappear with time? Searching for an explanation, they decided the Maya were one of the lost tribes of Israel.
Right. So they already realized that it's not that they decided. You know what I'm saying? They knew that already. And we're gonna read something for you later on, JT, in a couple of minutes that shows that they already knew who was there when they got there. Right. But just scroll up a bit. All right, go ahead.
Celestial connection. 10 tribes of Israel were lost from biblical record following the destruction of the kingdom of Israel by Assyrians in 722 BCE.
Right. They were not lost by the biblical record. They were lost according to Christianity because Christianity didn't want you to know where they were. Right? We're going to show you something. Go ahead, read.
They were thought to be dispersed across the continents where they continued to keep and teach the tenets of Judaism.
Right. Go ahead.
Of course, they could equally have been destroyed or absorbed into Assyrian culture.
And remember that. They said they could have been destroyed or absorbed into the Assyrian culture. We're going to read it. They were not. Go ahead.
Theories as to where the lost tribes ended up are boundless. At different times, Japanese, Celts, and Native Americans have been considered lost tribes.
Right. The only reason the Celts, right, they're talking about the Irish, they were considered the lost tribes is because our people were in Ireland. The lost tribes, we were there and went into slavery out of Ireland. Right. So that's why they're saying that the Japanese, our people, were slaves there. And also the Native Americans have been considered lost tribes. They know they're the lost tribes. Right. Go ahead. Read on.
The Book of Mormon refers to Native Americans as one of the lost tribes, despite the absence of connection between their languages, traditions, or genotype.
And that's not true because their connection of the traditions and all that was still there when they got there. Right, JT? So before we let you get back on, we're just going to read something to you out of the Bible. Watch this. Go to 2 Ezra 13, right? So this is important because in the Bible, it talks about the 12 tribes, the 10 tribes, meaning the northern kingdom of Israel, leaving from Assyria, where they just said they thought they were absorbed or destroyed. They left from there and came over into the Western Hemisphere. That's how they got there. I know a lot of people talk about the Bering Strait and all of that. That's not a real thing. That was BS so that people don't know the real deal. Right? Go ahead, read that thing.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea, the king, whom Salmanasar, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
Right. So to get back into the king of Assyria, he had the 10 tribes in slavery, but then he let them go. Right? Go ahead, read on.
And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
Right. So they were going to go into a further country where never mankind dwelt, which was the Western Hemisphere, the Americas. Nobody was here yet. They left to come over here. Go ahead.
That they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood till they were passed over.
Right. So they went right around. They went to the Euphrates, went around the Cape of South Africa, and went into the waters and went sailing that way. Right. And he said he held still the floods, and they read the star. That's how they got there. We'll get into it a little bit more later. Go ahead, read.
For through that country,
go ahead,
there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half. And the same region is called Arsareth.
Right. And that region where they went, that took them a year and a half to get to, was called Arsareth. Right. Now, this is in the Bible. Now we're going to go into the Jewish encyclopedia, right, and show you what Arsareth is. Right. You got that?
There you go.
Right. Go ahead.
This is Arsareth out of the Jewish encyclopedia. The name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of man, in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell, observing the laws of Moses until the time of the restoration, according to 4 Ezra 13:45.
That's what we just read. Go ahead.
Columbus identified America with this land.
Right. You see, JT, so Christopher Columbus, he identified America with Arsareth. Right, he already knew. Most of these travelers already knew that the 10 tribes were in the Americas. That's why if you read, and you might notice, JT, that they had Hebrew translators on the ship with them. Why would they bring Hebrew translators if they didn't know where they were going?
Right.
They knew who they were going to bump into, and that's why they were chasing them down. But we just wanted to show you that. I don't know if you ever heard that before.
Some of that I've heard. I mean, I've when I was younger, I learned a little bit about that, about some of the theories in terms of coming to like the Black Hebrew Israelite and stuff like that. To be honest, as I got older, I started to resent a lot of it because, number one, so when you showed me the first slide,
right,
and you had it with the Spanish conquistadors who said they were so fascinated with advanced technology.
Right.
You'll see a trend, with all due respect, you'll see a trend in history that whenever white people went somewhere, if they saw some shit that just was that was like a good technological idea,
right,
they would so fathom and be for the people there happened to come up with it. It was the same thing with the pyramids in Egypt.
Right.
Like, oh my God, how could these niggers come up with this? Like
100%. No, 100%.
No, yes, they can come
No, that's
up
real.
It's the same. Like we have this thing where we think just because we didn't, they have this thing where just because they think they didn't come up with an idea, nobody else came up with the idea.
100%.
It is possible that the people who live there probably came with the damn idea. Is it? I was telling somebody this the other day. Even if you go to Nubia, if you go to Sudan, like way back in the day, in 800, 700 AD,
Right.
they weren't. They had bathroom systems even back then.
Yes,
like
right.
you can't. Like so, that's when you should always had. With Columbus. This is with Columbus. I'm always biased with Columbus because it's the same. This the same motherfucker who thought Puerto Rico was India. So I already feel away.
JT, but see, JT, this is what we're telling you. Columbus knew for sure that was not India.
Exactly.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because previous to that, you had what was known as the Persian Empire. The Persian Empire encapsulated Iran all the way through to East India. So everybody knew where India was. It was that was a story concocted to make people think that he happened to bump into it. He knew where the hell he was going. He knew he wasn't going to India. That was the opposite direction.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, back then people didn't know where the hell he was going. They was relying on star maps and compasses. So I mean, where I stand at it right now is. I looked at the teachings and understandings of the Black Hebrew Israelites. I always looked at it.
Just the Israelites,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
We just the Israelites. That's who you're talking to right now, bro.
I always looked at it as to say, like, because I understood the argument of saying, hey, we're the original tribes.
Right.
But I never got what purpose it would serve, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna give you an example. So you know Ethiopians, right? Like Ethiopians from Ethiopia. So a lot of people know when you go to Ethiopia, some of the oldest churches, if not the oldest churches in the world on solid record, are in Ethiopia.
Okay.
And when you go to Israel, they call it Beta Israel. They allow Ethiopian Jews to come there because they just can't argue. It's like, well, you know, they are Jewish. They've been damn near Jewish as long as we have rarely longer, because Israel's a new country. Bringing this up to say this, it didn't stop how Israel was treating them when they came there.
Right.
They deal with racism there too. Ethiopian Jews can speak to that. When you grew up in Israel, a lot of younger kids might not as much, but growing up there, they deal with a lot of that racist shit too. So it really didn't change how they saw them in general. Like there is no argument that people who have sub-Saharan African descent, there's no argument that we are from the cradle of life, if that makes sense. There's no arguing that. And I always looked at it like we don't have to bring up the tribes of Israel thing, because at the end of the day, that's just on concrete record. People know where human life comes from. Like I remember being a kid and 8 years old and reading about how like they were trying to find Christian theologists were trying to prove that the Garden of Eden was in Africa. But it would have been a logical theory, because it's like, hey, you know where that comes from. Like so. But I've also said at the same time, at the end of the day, we're all talking about times of history that I wasn't there for. So reality is, these were times, all this could be true, you know, could be true that at the end of the day, Christopher Columbus knew what he was doing. He just was gatekeeping the knowledge. It could be that too. 100%.
Hey, let me say this to you, JT. I don't mean to cut you off, but not just Christopher Columbus. I mean, this was just known. You got to remember that you know about the Moors. Correct.
Mm-hmm. I wrote a lot of stories about the Norse when I was growing up. Okay. I was really into. That was one of the really big things that got me into Afro-diasporic learning.
Right.
Was reading about the Moors, learning about the tribes, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And even with that was how can I put this? There are when you really dive into like the real like deep history of that, and then even as they stand to like the descendants of them where they're at right now,
right?
It's a kind of a how can I put it? It's just so much. Like when we bring up the Moors, when we bring up the Moors, like, you're talking about like the Moor science, right? The Moor science, et cetera, et cetera.
No, I'm talking about the actual Moors from Europe.
So I'm listening to you.
Right. Okay.
I was going to go.
Oh, you thought I was going to talk about the Moorish Science Temple and all of that?
No, I'm talking about the Moors who actually were in the Reconquista, like the ones who conquered Spain and the Iberian Peninsula. Those ones.
Right. You talking about black people, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So, that's what we talking about. No. They black. Listen, we gonna show you something. You got a little time? We're gonna show you something, because I understand what you're saying. Because you have Moors, you had some Arabs who were coming in and taking on the term of Moor. I understand what you're saying, but
those aren't. I'm only saying this because I got to be fair to them.
right.
To the ones that identify as Moor right now, they're not Arabs. Some. I'm only saying that because some of them take offense to that. They will refer to themselves now as Berbers now.
Right. No, I'm not speaking so much now, right? Because you have a lot of Europeans and white people that would try to act as if the Moors were not black, right? Because they just want to keep playing games. Obviously, white people know that the Moors were black, right, from the beginning. Brothers, do y'all have any of the PDFs that we had from Dr. Marie? Is any of that there? If not, whatever, just pull up what you have, right? So you talking about the Moors, and also bring up the one where even if we have the clip that show, well, I think I have that clip. I'm gonna bring it up, but we have information showing how the Moors are connected directly to the Israelites, right? Like by blood, right? Now we already knew this. We got books on that, right? So what you're looking at the Moors who were from about 700 and change AD,
700 AD,
right, all the way through into the 1400s, right, controlling all of Europe at different points, at time, whatever, it's Britain and Spain and Ireland and all of that, right? So that's our people. We've been running things for a long time. I bring that up to say that you have to, about maritime, the actual sailing and actual ship building and navigating the waters. That was the Moors doing that. So they taught this in Spain. And this is how Christopher Columbus came up underneath that understanding.
The Moors on historical record are some of the most advanced people that you do have when you go to Spain. The Alhambra structure, a few of the structure they have out there was built by them.
Yes.
The number system, one of the number systems in Spanish that you use, like the older dating, it comes from Arabic because at that time a lot of Moors spoke Arabic. And it's a complicated story with them because when I keep saying complicated because when I read about them, when I first read about them and studied them, I just was so fascinated. I'm like, okay, man, we took over Spain, etc. But then when you start learning about a lot of how demonized Black people were and how demonized anything African was is because of Spain. A lot of how demonized Islam is because of what happened in Spain with the Moors, et cetera, because they just resented that they had control for that long. Where it gets kind of iffy now is because it's hard. What you would consider a Moor right now, and what you would look at, and there are a lot. I'm gonna just say it, Blaine. I'm gonna just fucking say it. There are a lot of people who are direct descendants of the people I'm talking about that look like me and don't fuck with Black people.
Right.
When you go to Mali, when you go to Burkina Faso, them same motherfuckers that Ibrahim Touré is fighting against right now, they're descendants of those particular Black and Berber kind of mixes that were in Spain 700, 800 years ago, got kicked out of Spain, came back to Northern Africa. Some went into slavery during colonial times, some just stayed in Tunisia and Morocco, and they're still there. So it's kind of like an iffy thing because I didn't understand that until when I started talking to people. And don't get me wrong, not all of them. Let me not paint the picture like they all don't look with Black. That's not true. A lot of them are.
No, we understand what you're saying.
But there are a lot of them. Like if you go to Mali, if you go to Burkina Faso, there are 100% a lot of them that push that kind of the Suds. They call it Suds. The Suds are below us kind of card. So it kind of goes both ways. Now there's a lot who rock with us. There are a lot who rock with us, but then there are some who don't. But once I got older and I started learning about that more, that kind of made me like it was the same thing. Like there was one tribe in I used to really be into this shit, the Hassa tribe in West Africa. I thought they were dope, but then when I started learning, they feel aware. Even the Tuareg tribe. The Tuareg tribe is actually one of the purest descendants of those. Like you can look them up to the Tuaregs, but even sometimes with them, they don't excuse my language, but they don't fuck with us like that. When you go to Mali, when you see Russia doing that joint task force shit they're doing with the president of Mali,
right?
And Ibrahim Traoré, he's doing it to fight the Tuaregs and stuff like that,
right?
So the problem with all of that, I've always said, is just we really just let we let too many different influences come into Africa and divide us all. That's what I'll say.
Well,
And that's the biggest issue. Like,
well, let me tell you what it is. When you're saying that a lot of the people don't mess with us and so on and so forth. Remember, in Africa was never cut up into those countries. That was white people cut those countries up. So basically, it was all tribes, ethnic group, different things, just families, different tribal families, and all of that, right? So that's how come you're gonna have that kind of thing, right? But we got to show you this map, and we're gonna show you a few things that right there. Yes, we're gonna show you a map that was made in the 1700s, right? Okay. I'm gonna show you something. We're gonna show you a few things because what happens is there's so much information out there, but we say, okay, like how you saying, like, well, you don't know because this might have happened, that might have happened, this, some complications and so on and so forth. But there are absolutes. And what is absolutely correct is that we were the Moors, the people here in the Americas, the black people here in the Americas, the black people in the Caribbean, and so on and so forth. Why? Because we know that they directly were leaving from Spain and going into the Caribbean and then being gathered up in slavery from Britain and England, Britain, Ireland, Scotland, and being brought into the Americas as well. Like, we can show you this stuff. Like, this is on record, right? So we don't have to, you know what I mean? As a people, we don't have to say, damn, I wonder. No, they have it in books. We just haven't read them, right? And once we bring them out. But bring up that map real quick so we could show this thing, right? So this is a map of Africa. This is back in the later 1700s, right? Just close in on that, man. All right. Come down a bit. Come down. All right. Go. All right. I'm sorry. Go up. You got to speak right to these guys. All right. So stop right there. That's good. Right. So when you look, go up to where it says Levite cities. Oh, stay right there. That's perfect. Y'all see where it says San Tome? No. Bring it down.
I see where it's at. Where it says
right there, San Tome Jews.
Negro Jews.
Right. So that's the island of San Tome or St. Thomas, right off the coast. Mm-hmm. They know that that's our people right there, right? Go up a bit. Go down. Go down. Oh man, brothers, just move the cursor, please. Oh my God. Are y'all even reading anything? Right there.
I can
No. You're fine. I'm talking about you don't have to move the map anymore. We just want to show something. Go bring the cursor. All right. Anyway, JT, look at the bottom of the map. You see where it says Luango Jews? If you can see that right there.
Yeah, I see. Yep.
Right. Then you go up. You see Mavumbu Jews, right in Gabon. Go up where it says Levite cities, right? The tribe of Levi, right there. Go right next to it to the left where it says Benai Ephraim, which is the sons of Ephraim, right? And those are the people that went into Puerto Rico in slavery, right? When you go to the left, you'll see Dahomey Jews, okay? And they're all throughout the continent. Move the map over to the left. Okay. All right, right there. Right in the middle. There you go, right? So you got all throughout Africa, all throughout the continent, our people were scattered, right? Like you said, they left on their own and ran down there, which is an actual fact, or they had mingled out there from before. But the point is, now bring up the other map that says Negro land, right? So I'm just showing you that our people were the Jews the entire time. There was never a time when now you had the Islam, right, that came in, right, due to war. So a lot of like the Moors, a lot of the Moors were Muslim, but that was just their religion. But racially, when you go into their actual bloodline, they were Jews, they were Israelites, right? So that's a race of its own. That's what a lot of people don't understand. It's not really a religion, right? An Israelite is a total different thing, a total different line, right? So you have. When we think about Africa, we think about the name Africa. So we think everybody who's black in Africa is the same people. But that's not the case. Obviously, as you know, Africa was named after Leo Scipius Africanus, right? But the people there, you have different types of people. You have the Hamites, right, who would would call the real Africans. And then you have our people, right, which are the Semitic people, right, which is different. You know what I'm saying? Which we are known as Israel or Jews or, but once we were there, our names were changing because we were growing, right? So our names changed. Same thing with the Native Americans who came here. into the Americas, they're part of the 12 tribes. But they came with a couple of tribes, but as they grew, their family names changed, right? Because they had to. So now you got a lot of tribes, but they're really the same family, you know, if you could understand what I'm saying. But we're going to bring up this one more map. I'm sorry, JT, and I'm going to give it right back to you. Bring up the other one with Negro Land in it. Do y'all have it?
Come on, y'all.
All right, there you go.
Thank you.
Right? So look at this one, right? So right in, up at like North Africa, Central, you see where it says Negro Land, right? And that's where all our people were, that we were known to be in that place. This is a map that white people put together. They knew what it was. You know what I mean? So they knew exactly when we got taken into slavery out of Africa, JT, they knew who they were looking for. They were looking for us. You know what I mean? Because we were the engineers, the architects, you know what I'm saying? The jewelers, the whole nine. They knew who they were looking for, you know? And so when we were sold into slavery, they said that black people sold black people. Yes and no. Meaning the Africans sold us.
Right.
Right? That's what happened. And the Bible talks about that. But I just want to make sure you see this so you can know where we're coming from and why we go so hard to show, yes, we're the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? It's important because we have to know who we are as a people. Yeah. Right?
Let me read one thing.
Yes,
one
please.
thing. Give me Exodus 11:7. Because there is a big difference between the Hamitic and Shemitic people on that continent. Read that.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 11 and verse 7.
Come on.
But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
Come on.
Against man or beast.
Read.
That ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians
the Africans, the Hamitic people,
and Israel.
And the Israelites, the Shemitic people. So I don't know if y'all got the book from Babylon to Timbuktu, but when you read that book, we came into that land with our own culture. We showed them a lot when migrating down into Africa.
Right.
So we came with our own culture. We came with our own laws. We came with a whole bunch of stuff. Like Cap said, we was the architects. We had all of the good stuff to bring to Africa, and that's how they knew who to grab. They knew who to grab because we didn't move like them. We didn't walk like them. We didn't talk like them. We had our own.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Yeah. And if y'all have that, y'all can bring it up. But JT, it's not even hard to understand because as well. Look at all the great inventions in America. That was really our people that did that. Right. That was our people that came with all them great inventions. When you look in Rome and Greece, when they were at their height, the Roman Empire, we were there as slaves.
Yep.
Then later took over with Septimius Severus. He was the first black emperor and then was 7 after him. But we were there. When we left from there, they fell. Wherever we are, that's where the empire is. Right?
That's where the superpower
Think about it. Timbuktu, right? Actual Timbuktu, the Songhai Empire. That's when our people were there. When we were not there, then it fell. Where do we go? Into the Americas. Then all of a sudden, the United States became the power. Wherever we are, that's where the power is, because without us, there's nothing happening. Even as slaves, we're the battery to this whole thing.
Right. And they got what I was looking for. Pull it up right quick for my man JT.
Yeah, this is a great book, JT. I don't know if you ever.
If you haven't read it, it's a great read, bro. It's a lot of good history in there, JT.
Yeah.
Go to page 90.
All right. This is page 90. All right.
Yes, it's the last paragraph.
Okay,
yep.
okay.
Last paragraph.
Right here. It's good.
Right there.
The black Jews had an advantage over the African tribes. They carried their culture,
Come on.
history, laws, and written records with them.
Stop right there. That's why it says in the scripture, it says he doth put a difference between the Egyptian and Israel.
Right.
Why? Read that first part again that you just read.
The black Jews had an advantage over the African tribes.
Come on.
They carried their culture,
They carried their culture,
history,
their history,
laws,
God's laws,
and written records
in the Bible
with them.
They had all of that stuff with them when we came into those parts of Africa. Go ahead.
This assured them a constant precedent for the development of a higher social organization.
Come on.
Because of the stability of the black Jewish culture, the Jews were not absorbed into the autochthonous population.
So we didn't allow them to. They didn't absorb us, meaning we didn't follow after them. Why? Because we had all of our own stuff coming in. Go ahead.
In fact, the Jews absorbed some of the native tribes.
We were so good at what we did, they wanted to do what we was doing.
Right.
They came and kept our laws, our culture. Go ahead.
The Jews made use of every opportunity. They were industrious and skillful people.
Just like Cap said, look at all of the inventions that everywhere we've been, from Egypt all the way up to America. Go ahead.
That's right.
In the Jewish Ghanaian states were found kings, princes.
They were found what?
Kings, princes.
Come on.
Governors. Generals.
Come on.
Secretaries.
Read.
Treasurers. Revenue agents.
These are all of the talents that we brought to Africa.
Right.
Go ahead.
Judges. Architects.
Come on.
Engineers. Doctors. Historians. Language interpreters. Mathematicians. Jewelers. Sculptors. Masons. Carpenters. Painters of art. Goldsmiths.
Come on.
Leather workers. Potters. Armorers. Saddlers. Blacksmiths. Agriculturists, etc.
Right.
Go ahead, Cap.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So, please, JT, if you ever get a chance, man, grab that book. There's some beautiful things in there. Also in that book, it tells you that when our people in 70 AD, when we ran out of Israel, we went down into the west coast of Africa. Right. And that's how started all of that. And then once they came for us to get us in slavery, they went after those particular professional people that you just saw right there. They were looking for them. They grabbed them. Those are the people that were coming over in slavery. When we see those pictures of us in loincloth and all of that, that's because they stripped us and put that on us.
Right.
And shipped us out over there. But once we got over there, you understand, they were looking for, okay, how do we do this? How do we do that? Look at the structure in D.C., even with the White House and everything else. That's Benjamin Banneker who did that, right? Yeah, absolutely. Bring that up. And I'm going to give it back to you, JT. And even his name, Banaka, you know what I'm saying? Well, that's a whole other story. But yeah, I'm about to get crazy.
Bring it out.
All right.
It's page 84 in Babylon and Timbuktu. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled to Africa.
Right. Go ahead.
Fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves.
Right. Now, this book, right, was written by Rudolph R. Windsor, right? And once he wrote this book many, many years ago, right? And he actually came. You could drop that for now, y'all. You could drop that for now. And once he saw us, he came. He actually came and came into the congregation a little while and sat with us and talked. He couldn't believe it. He said, "Man, I've been waiting for this all my life." He already had this knowledge before we came around. You know, so this was knowledge. This information is out there, bro.
Right.
This information is out there. So from the Moors, well, I like what you said before. You said from Egypt. We were in Egypt. We were not the Egyptians, but we were the slaves in Egypt. When you come to the pyramids, that was our knowledge. We built that. Not taking nothing away from the ancient Egyptians. They were doing their thing, but that's what it was. That's how come when you see the pyramids also in North America, here in North America, it's like over 200, 300 pyramids that they either knock down or keep covered and make it look like a mountain, right? You got South America, we know that already, in Central America, right? So why? How come just in these places? Because that's where our people were.
Right.
And there's other places around the world as well where we've touched down and put a couple of pyramids, but the main ones are here and over there in Africa, you know? So we just wanted to throw that at you, JT. Go ahead.
I mean, it's a lot. I mean, as it falls on me right now, it's my job, I guess, to do my own due diligence, do my own research, and see where I pick up from that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what we love.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know how I'm looking at a map and I see China and Mongolia and Japan, and these are all different people, right? The different races of people. And let's say Mongolia is at war with Russia. If they want to go hide amongst the people, they're probably going to go hide amongst China, and you would not be able to tell the difference.
Right.
You or I, they would be able to tell. You know what I'm saying? The same way I can tell a continental African, I can tell the cheekbones are shaped different, the head is shaped different. But somebody else would not be able to tell. You know what I'm saying? For instance, Manu Bo, we know that that's not, you know what I'm saying, a Matumbo or something. Our people don't look like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if we wanted to hide amongst the people coming from Spain, coming from Italy, where we're ruling, right, and we lose a war, guess where we're gonna hide? We're gonna hide amongst other black people, right?
Right.
So no nation is gonna sell itself into slavery, correct? So what it looks like is black people sold their own people, but Hamitic tribes sold Shemitic tribes because they had nothing to do with them.
Right.
They were extra people that came in. So what do? Let's get rid of them. You know,
they got something out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's actually written down too. But I want to give you the mic back, man, so you can get in there.
Yeah, JT, because we love the history of Central and South America, obviously, because we know who those peoples are. That's our people at the end of the day. You know, I know some people try to make a difference between they'll say, oh, phenotype and this and that, but we know that that's our people. You know, but let's get back, because I know we're supposed to really be talking about Belize and Central America.
That pretty much. We talked about it earlier as far as the indigenous tribes in Belize. That's pretty much as far as my extent on my knowledge of them right now. As the last biggest thing I was keeping up with them was like the Garifuna, that they're having an issue because their land is being stolen from them.
Right.
In Guatemala, being in Belize.
Right.
Because the land that they have right now was promised to them by the government when they first came from that. When they came from St. Vincent Grenadines to the island off the coast of Honduras, and then we started coming to Honduras, Guatemala, and Belize.
That's right.
So those three countries in total.
That's right.
They felt the land's being taken from them, and I mean that's just where we're at right now in history. I mean, reality is those indigenous tribes in Guatemala, in Belize, in Honduras, like don't nobody even fuck about them. Excuse my language. They just don't. You know, it's only in America. It's only here that you come to places like here in Canada where the government tries to have some kind of semblance of doing fair by them. Like they're about to open up 2 more Indian casinos in Amador County in California. But out there, they ain't doing that. So it's sad, but that is just the reality of the world right now.
Right. And even that, when they're doing these so-called casinos, that's because their people are interwoven into that thing, so they getting that some money back. You know what I'm saying? If it was really just the Native Americans, they wouldn't give them a damn thing.
When you go to Amador County, for those who don't know, Amador County is like just like an hour southeast of Sacramento. They can afford to have them bowling alleys and bars and all that stuff they got out there because those casinos are paying for all of that.
Right.
The revenue that those casinos bring in for that county, that's what's paying for all of that.
Right. Yeah, that's. You see what I'm saying? Like it's always some trick, bag, man.
They sheriff's office out there. They get a little bit more overtime. They get a little bit more bump in their pay because they're out there.
Right. Right.
Just the game.
Right. So you know when we look at and so we brought up earlier how our people came from Assyria, came over into the Americas, right? This will. And I don't know how you felt about the Bering Strait and all of that, right? But when we find out these truths, we already know that those so-called facts of coming through the Bering Strait, that's done, right? That's already dead. A lot of the things that are being taught are just pure lies, is what we're trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Just all lies. Because we understand they came in ships. They came over in ships. They landed. They created civilizations to the point where these people came and said, hey, this stuff is advanced technology. When you read, there's certain books that talk about how they had cities made out of silver and all types of stuff. You understand what I'm saying? And these people came, destroyed everything, so there would be no semblance of it, you know? So that's the importance of, and obviously, biblically, there's a lot, right? Yeah. But this is the importance of learning our history. So when we, when people discuss the Israelites, I think, a lot of times they look at the Israelites, they look at us like like a bunch of angry guys trying to grasp onto something to get a heritage or something to that effect. But it's not that at all. Yeah, there's some anger in there because we've been lied to for a
sure.
trillion years. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be some anger. But the point is that once you actually go into this Bible and then go into all of the records and the books, again, showing us as the Moors, showing us ruling Britain. I keep saying Britain. Let's forget about them for a second. Germany. Like, nobody thinks about us in Germany. That's what it was. Hey, y'all got any of them Moorish pictures? Bring that stuff, those tapestries. Like, you talking about Germany, something that nobody's going to think about us being in. Germany, Russia, Poland, right? This was all us the entire time. And you had white people who were subjugated under us. So they came back at some point and they started taking over because as the Moorish rule, it wasn't one big ruling class. It was different Moorish groups all over. So while they're fighting, you got white people fighting them in every country. Like, this is real. So when we see today how white people are with us now, it's always been like that from the very beginning. Not just starting from the Moors. We're talking about from the beginning of time. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's always been white against black. You know what I'm saying? The Bible talks about it, but the Bible doesn't call white people white. It calls them red. Right? And if you're from the South, you call white people rednecks, right? Pecker woods, which is what they really call them, woodpeckers, with the red hair. You know what I mean? This is what it, and that's how the Bible describes it. You know, a lot of people don't understand that the Bible describes white people, talks about black people, talks about the beef between. Like, this is what the Bible is talking about. But because you go to it, not you personally, but people who go to church, right? Because we all been to church before. That's not discussed, right? You have that. Yeah. Oh, please. Yeah, of course. Right. So look, this is in Germany. Right. And to the left. Right. Yeah. There was one with the text on it. I told y'all to always bring up the one with the text, not just pictures, but we'll work with this. But to the left, JT, right, you'll see all the white people storming the castle where the Moors are. Right. So you see the Moors, they're all black people fighting against the white people. They're called the wild ones, right? I know you probably seen the Game of Thrones. They call the wildlings, right? That's where they got it from, right? So these are wild ones, and they're coming against all those so-called Germanic tribes. But this is Germany. This is us when we were ruling Germany at this time, right? And we're in the castle, right? This is a tapestry from way back, and I believe it's like 1100 or 1200s, okay? We don't have the one with the text. It'll show you the date and everything, right? But you see our people up in the castle. Look, the sister got some blonde hair on or something. I don't know what she got going. They had the weave store back then. We was out of control. But and JT, we're not saying that we were the most righteous people on earth and we were the best. No, but we still were ruling. All right. So this is a tapestry of that time, the war. Get Genesis 25 while you at it, right? Move on to the next one, brothers. Just want to show you a couple of these, JT, because this has been going on. Look at this one. Same thing again. This is a different place. This is France, okay? And you got us in the castle and white people fighting against us. You can't make it up, JT. This is back in the 1200s, 1300s, bruh. So this is not nothing we put together. This is in their records, right? We've been going to war. Notice we had armor. And if y'all guys can do a close up on the castle, on the brothers at the top fighting. JT, you see the shield right there? It has a lion on it. You know why? Because that's the tribe of Judah. So the tribe of Judah, the symbol is the lion. All right. So these brothers, although they were known as the Moors, right? Moors just mean black. We knew what it was, but they always knew that they were Israel. They always knew. Right? This is great stuff, and this is why I don't have the name of the book because the text is not up because I forget the name of the book. But these are the things that we have to read and teach our children so they can see us as different. JT, when we show these to kids, man, you know how it makes me feel good. We grown men, right? Oh, yeah. But it makes children feel good because they know, like, wait a minute, this is what was going on. We was the Knights of the Round Table and all of that. We was in the armor. Like that's a great thing for children to see. Because when they watch cartoons, they looking at it like, damn, they never see themselves. But this is the real thing. Right. It's the real thing. Y'all got another one? Well, that's it. Okay. Just bring that up real quick. I want JT to see the text. It's important. It's important. Bring that up with the text on it. Bring it up, please. You got it? All right, here we go. Perfect. So, JT, this is the book, The Image of the Black in Western Art, right? It's by David Byman and Henry Louis Gates. You know Henry Louis Gates, right, JT?
I do.
Huh?
I know him.
Yeah, absolutely.
That show on PBS.
Right. So he was part of the team on this, right? Okay. Right. So here goes the text. Close in on the text so you can see that. Oh, matter of fact, go to the top pictures first. Okay, so that's the one. We saw that one already. There's two right above that. Right. So there you go, right? So look at this. Again, our people, we getting destroyed, though. We losing this one. See, we lost this war. We getting cut up and beat up.
Look
on the
at
right.
The shield. Look at the shield.
And the shield, right? The tribe of Judah. All right? Go to that next one to the left. You see how they putting the ladders up on the wall trying to get to the brothers? Brothers is looking to throw down stones and hitting them with arrows and all of that, but it's on. This is a real war going on. Now go to the bottom and let's show the text. Right.
This is for
73.
Number 73.
Which was the top left picture. Go ahead.
Capture of Antioch, William of Tyre. Historia de la Terre de Outremer.
This guy's
Full,
terrible.
57R.
Right.
France.
Yep.
13 through
the 14th century.
Paris Bibliothèque Nationale.
Right. The Paris National Library. Right. Go to read 74.
74. Defeat of the Prince of Egypt, William of Tyre.
So they're calling him the Prince of Egypt there, right? Because what? He's black, right? So that's why they say the Prince of Egypt, right? William of Tyre, right? And Tyre or Tyre is in the scriptures. It's in Africa. That's what they're carrying that name basically, right? Same thing.
Number 75. Charlemagne's siege of Agen, Chroniques de France.
Right.
Full 168. France, second quarter, 14th century, London British Library.
Right. That was that last one, the big one we were looking at first. Okay. And the one that says 76 is, I believe, is on the next page. So I don't know if we have that picture. But the point is just to show you that that was France right there, right? And we were ruling France. And then, okay, yeah, there you go. Look at this one, JT. This is another one. Just blow that up real quick. Another one. In the castles, here they come again. Right? So this was going on throughout all Europe. It was a fight, JT, between black people and white people. Mm-hmm. It's just always been that way.
Right.
All right? And we're just going to read something for you out of the Bible just to show you why that was. Because a lot of people think it's just something simple like, we don't like the skin color. It's deeper than that. It's definitely skin color now. Yeah. Right? But at one, it's just way deeper. Go to Genesis 25, starting 21.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
Right. So Isaac's wife, she couldn't have any children. Isaac prayed to the Lord. The Lord blessed her. And she was what? She was having twins. But they were fighting inside of her. So she said, if this is a blessing, then why are these children fighting inside of me? Read on.
And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
All right, you see that, JT? The Lord is saying to her, you have 2 different nations inside of you, right? Even though they're twins, they're brothers, he's saying that there's 2 nations in there. Go ahead.
And 2 manner of people.
2 totally different types of people are in your belly. Go ahead.
Shall be separated from thy bowels.
Right. She'll be separated, meaning these people's not going to be together once they come out. Although they brothers. It's more of a prophecy, meaning their children, their peoples, right? Or what? They're not going to be together. Go ahead.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
The one people, one of those people, meaning one of those kids' children, is going to be stronger than the other kids' children. Go ahead.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
And the one who comes out first is going to wind up serving the one who comes out second. Go ahead.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment.
Okay, so JT, the first child was red and hairy. JT?
I know about this story, Esau and Jacob.
Oh, there you go, right? So most of us know that story, but we don't never really look at it like this, right? But it's literal. This first child was red and hairy all over. So when you look at today's people, who's red and hairy? I mean, this is clear, right? Keep reading.
And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
Right.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel.
Right. They don't describe what Jacob looks like because he looked like everybody else. Black, brown. Everybody was brown up until when Esau came on the scene. Esau was red. So when Esau came out now I'm telling you, as they grow now, who's he sleeping with? He's taking on women and wives, and now what? Now he's his progeny is red. His progeny keeps coming out as what? Is what we know today as white people. This is how white people came on the earth. This is in the scriptures. This is not even nothing. I mean, people could argue if they want, but it's not really an argument, right? So the point of it is that what? They struggled together in the womb. They were fighting. Jacob and Esau in the womb. Okay, so when we see what's happening today, it's not rocket science. This is what has been from the very beginning. It's always been like this. God designed it like that, and people might say, well, damn, why would he do that? He just did,
Right.
He just did, so yeah, JT, we like to leave our guests with that understanding, just to let you know where we're coming from as a people. What's our history? Our history is deep. You know what I'm saying? I think we probably, after the show, man, we might have to link up, man, and trade off on some books and things like that, bro. Because I
appreciate it, but like I said, at this point, it just relies on it counts on me now. My point to do my own due diligence.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, absolutely. And that's what our hope would be, right? Even when we teach the Bible, let's say we sit down with pastors of churches and stuff like that, they want to know what the hell are y'all talking about? Why y'all keep, this and that? We show them. We know they're not going to turn right there and say, hey, you're right. You know what? We're coming to join you. No. We just give them all the information. Say, brothers, please take your time. Just study it. You know what I mean? And hopefully you can see it, But that's all we here to do is just give information. You know what I'm saying? And as priests of the Lord, that's all we can do. We can't force anybody to do anything, nor are we wanted to. Our point is, hey, look at the information. They said we just came out of Africa, but we seen this. We coming out of Britain, here, there, boom, 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 boom. They never gave us that information.
Right.
So, but yeah, But JT, man, you've been with us for a good while, man. You good all day, man. You good.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So moving forward, man, what else you gonna be doing? Like what other because you said you studied the diaspora, what other areas of study will you be going over on your TikToks and so on and so forth? Because I thought one time I saw you talking about Europe one time. I thought I seen you do something one time.
I've talked about everywhere.
Yeah.
It really just depends where my passion takes me at. Like,
Right.
in that moment, if I feel like talking about Vietnam, I'll talk about Vietnam. If at that moment I feel like talking about Portugal, I'll talk about it. It just depends. Like it's one.
Right.
I work my content really based off of just where my passion was in that moment. Like, hey, at that moment, if I feel like talking about this region, okay, I'll talk about this region.
Right. Excellent. Yeah, JT, man. Thank you for your time, man. It was excellent talking to you, bro. And yeah, you at any time, man. We probably gonna have you back, man. We like to have brothers who study and brothers who's into the diaspora trying to learn. You know what I'm saying? Those are the best conversations, man. So yeah, if you need anything from us, you know what I'm saying? I think we probably should, you know what I'm saying? We'll probably reach back out to you, just send you a list of some stuff that you might want to, you know, purchase. Some of the books are expensive, so you gotta try to find some used ones, man, because every time we come on, we talk about a book, it goes up $500, like for real. You'd be shocked. You know what I mean? So we'll give you like a list. This way you could have it for your own self and study, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and biblically, bro, this is where it's at. Because if we didn't have the Bible, we wouldn't even be able to put it together. Like the name that they had up there before we switched to JT is Dr. Marie Charles. She's a researcher and pretty much like an archaeologist, if you want to take it that far, you know. And she's been on the show a couple of times. She's written like about 10 books or so. But this one series that she has, brothers, if y'all can find that the cover to her book and please put it up. She has dictionaries, right, with the names of our people from Europe, and it shows all of the coat of arms, all of the pictures from that period. Like, this stuff is insane, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? So there's no going around it. You know what I'm saying? She's from the UK. She goes hard. You know, brothers, y'all got the name of the book? Y'all got? Yeah, bring it up real quick for JT. Right. So this one is called The Dictionary of Foundational Black British Surnames. She has 3 of these books, working on number 4. Right. And in these books here, it'll show you all of the names, like, you know, the names who we thought might have been our slave names per se was really our names from the beginning. Right. And this is the list of her books. In that book, that third one right there, we had her on the show last week, and she showed how one of the kings of Wales, when he wasn't a king, I believe he's one of the princes of Wales, he was directly related to the Israelites. I mean, all of them were, but that one specifically said it in writing in a book.
Joseph.
Right. She related to Joseph of Arimathea, right, who was from the kingdom of Judah, right, during the time of Christ and all that. Yeah, bring that up. Yeah, please. Before we let you leave, JT, we got to show you this. This is great. This is going to be excellent for your studies moving forward. It's good stuff. Yeah. When she showed this to us last week, man, we
mine was on the floor.
Yeah,
right.
No lies, man.
Yeah, we almost went through the ceiling. This thing was crazy. Like,
was
what
crazy.
the hell? I mean, we knew about it through our study, but when she came with it, she had it. She found it.
Yeah, she had the
proof.
concrete
Yeah, it was
evidence.
there.
Right.
For it is evident.
Right. For it's
Yeah.
right. Please, brothers, bring that up as soon as y'all get it.
Yeah, that takes away the mystery. You know, like
Yes.
maybe we were these guys, maybe we were those guys. When you get the archaeology, when you get the maps, and you get the the books that prove it, it's no more guesswork. It just is what it is, and then we gotta figure out how to apply that to our, because without nationality there is no unity. We cannot unify without that. You know, that's the key to it.
Right.
You know. So,
Yep. Hey guys, you got it? Please bring that up. Okay. Right. Yes, he was a king, Welsh king, right? So when you look to the left, it says Cadwallader, right? Welsh king of the Britons, right? Or the Britons, or the British, or the Britain. In the 6th and 7th century, son of Kriol. So it says ancestors, Pablo or post-Pritin, pillar of Britain. So now Saint is an ancestor, as is Ursula, right? Furch denied Saint. Also Saint Silenus and Saint Joseph of Arimathea. This Nathan and the Davidic line. So Joseph of Arimathea was the guy he was a follower of Christ, and he's the one that took Christ's body from Pilate and buried him in his sepulcher, or his tomb. And they came from the line of David, which is real. So it said blessed brand is an ancestor, so the line to the Israelite Judah is an ancestor, meaning that this Welsh king is descended directly from Judah, or the tribe of Judah, right? And he's also related, gets through different ways, to Levi, Zebulon, and Joseph. Now, the good thing about this is when you see that term Zebulon, those are the people that are in Belize.
yeah. Yep.
Those are the people that are in Central America, right? Or the tribe of Zebulon. That's where they went. according to the Bible. So we just wanted to show you how that king right there, right, in the 6th and 7th centuries, they were connected. Like, they have this recorded, okay? And in that book, when you get that book, bruh, she has all her sources where she got it from. So it's not like she's making it up. And these are the images right there. And this is a black king. So we just want to make sure we show you that, man.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we encourage you, man, to do your own research, man.
Yeah.
We encourage that. I love it when to hear you say that, man. That's good stuff. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, what we'll do for you, JT, we will send you like a list of things just so you can have it. You know what I'm saying? And Lord's will, we'll just keep it open communication, bro. Whatever you need, you can holler. You know what I'm saying? If you need anything or whatever.
That.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I'll be back on again if you guys want.
Come
Of
through,
course,
man.
of course, man.
This
We need
is the Nehemiah Squad show where we put hands on people, where we slap them with all type of history.
Right.
We love people like you, bro.
Yeah.
You actually out there doing your research and diving into the history and what wins, where's, and why. So we mess with that 100%.
I like the fact that he's searching for the fix. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like the voice of the West Coast. Like, who are we? And you bringing like current news to the people, like you said about our culture, what our culture is. We only know what our culture is based upon what's tangible to us in the present, what we see, can smell, and hear right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what do we see? What do they feed us? They feed us rap music. They
Right.
say that's black culture. They say what high divorce rate is black culture. Abortions is black culture.
Right.
That's not our culture. We had a culture prior to that.
Right.
You know, and the first place that we want to look, we want to obviously what's tangible to me, what makes sense. If I'm in the days, I look, where are black people from? It's a whole continent full of black people. We must be from Africa.
Right.
But when you look in a Jewish encyclopedia and you find black people, and then you look in a Spanish book and you find black people.
Right.
Even in America, when I was growing up as a young boy, I didn't know that black people was in Belize.
Right.
I didn't know black people was in Guatemala.
Right.
I didn't know those things. But now, come to find out, once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. You can't unsee it. So guess what? Our culture stemmed further than slavery, way further than slavery, and it's greater than what you think because we didn't get brought over here in diapers. We were architects. And to make the brutality seem less, I would need to make you think that I civilized an animal.
Right.
But if I did the same thing to a prestigious people, now I'm a barbarian. So I need to take control of that history.
Right.
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 We've lost our nationality and history. They never lost it. They know exactly who we are.
Right.
It's something important about us because they're hiding our language.
Right.
It's something important about us because they're hiding our true nationality. They know where the lost city of Pompeii is. You know what I'm saying? Ancient civilizations, and they got history on it. They can tell you what they was eating, what kind of dishes they had, what kind of spoons they had. And you mean to tell me they lost the records on us? No.
Right.
They know your hand. They know. And it just so happened when we look in these books, they need to know what not to teach you. And guess what? When we couldn't read, we're reading books where, in the 1700s where it was illegal for us to read. And guess what's in there? Black images, Jews, black people in Spain. You know what I'm saying? And those maps that we showed you, those were never for us to see.
No.
We was never supposed to see those things. And now that we turn our focus and we searching in different areas, we finding our real nationality in plain sight.
Hey, get this. You can be a dog here in America, JT, as a human being. But as soon as you say you the Jew, they want to ridicule you.
That is true.
Right. Right.
That is true.
You can be a tree. You can marry a tree.
Yeah. That's true.
A boy can be a girl.
Yep. Yeah, they're all behind that. That's 100%.
Yeah.
Right.
It don't make sense. But yeah, we do admire what you do, bro.
For sure.
Keep that up, bro, for sure.
Yeah. All right, keep pushing, bro. And Lord willing, man, we reach back out, you know what I'm saying? And let's get up, man. Let's get together, man.
That sounds good. Thank you for having
Right.
me. Thank you for having me be a part of your time. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
All right.
Thanks for being
All right,
gracious with
JT.
yours, man.
That's JT. All right. Voice of the West Coast.
Yes,
Check him out on
sir.
TikTok,
That's my guy right there. Hey,
IG, and all that.
check him out, or we got to
Yes,
put
sir.
hands on you.
For sure.
All right. All praises.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, that's some good stuff right there, man.
Yeah, bro.
Absolutely, man.
It's good having those type of conversations with brothers, you know, because we all searching. Us, I I mean, we still searching, although we found it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Within finding it, we still searching throughout the found. You know what I
Right.
mean? But it's our job to bring this thing to everybody. You know.
Right. I mean, the search brought me here.
Right.
right.
You know, I was not looking for this. I wasn't looking for. I think I seen like I was looking for how Rome fell. You know, and it
Right.
took me down a whole rabbit hole of different other things. I seen what the big head scientists.
Oh, yeah.
I seen a bunch of stuff online.
You're right,
I was
right,
just going
right.
down all kind of rabbit holes, and then when I landed on this, everything made sense.
Right.
It explained why white people hate me. It explained why I'm in the condition I'm in. It explained why I went into slavery. It explained why I was scattered. It explained why I didn't know my nationality. Everything's here.
That's right.
Everything's here. You
That's
know?
right.
One-stop shop.
That's it.
Yep.
Hey, bring up number 4, y'all, in class content. Bring up number 4. Right? This is a lot, man. It's a lot. It's funny because we wound up getting into, into Europe and all that, and because we want to definitely show those tapestries and whatnot, But check this out. This kind of flame right here. Hey, this is called what? The National Magazine. Just zoom into the top. So Officer Matthias don't mess his eyes up, man. Go
this is beautiful.
read the magazine. Just pull it to the please, brothers. Oh God.
All right.
There you go.
National Magazine, mostly about people.
Okay.
All right. It says, yet they calmly dispose of any suggestion that Mayan worship was Hebrew in its decency and devotion.
Right. So this article was talking about the Mayans, right? And they said they calmly dispose of any suggestion that Mayan worship was Hebrew in its decency and devotion. Go ahead.
That the painted lintels had any connection with the Jewish Passover or the Chakalal was another Nineveh.
Right. So this is letting you know that what? They recognized that the Mayans was Israelites. But they said they try to calmly do away with the understanding of it. Hold on. Bring up number 7. Bring up 7. Bring up the cover and then the associated pages. We're going to read something to y'all. Right? So this is about the Yucatan, right? It's right around the same area. Go ahead.
All right. This is Landa's Relación de las Cosas de Yucatan.
Right.
A translation edited with notes by Alfred M. Tozar.
Okay.
The year is 1966.
Okay.
Oh, no, excuse me. It's 1941.
All right. Hit that next page, y'all. Come on.
All right.
Read the highlight.
Some of the old people of Yucatan say that they have heard from their ancestors that this land was occupied by a race of people who had came from the east and whom God had delivered by.
Next page.
Can y'all blow it up, bro?
It'd be nice so the people can see it. Oh, that's great. There you go.
Come on, guys. There we go. Thank you.
Go ahead.
By opening 12 paths through the sea.
Mm-hmm.
If this were true, it necessarily follows that all the inhabitants of the Indies are descendants of the Jews.
Right.
Uh-oh.
So when it says all the descendant, when it says necessarily follows that all the inhabitants of the Indies are descendants of the Jews. When they say the Indies, they talking about all of it, all the West Indies, right? Because like JT brought out before, you had the Caribs, right? The Caribs or the Arawaks, they were in the land, right? That's all the Indies, meaning what? All of them are Jews. They're all Israelites, known as the Northern Kingdom, right? That left up out of there according to 2nd Ezra 13, 40 through 45.
That's
All right? Yeah, keep reading that.
Since having once passed the Straits of Magellan, they must have extended over more than 2,000 leagues of land, which now Spain governs.
Right. So the Straits of Magellan, goes through South America, I believe. If y'all could pull that up, the Straits of Magellan. So that's why they said 2,000 leagues of land, which now Spain governs, because Spain was over South America and over and took some of the islands before, Britain, Britain and them, they cut up the place, Yeah, bro, you can't make it up, man. Bring
Read
that up
again or something. Pull it back up. Read it again. Why he finding what he looking for?
Yeah, they supposed to be looking for the Straits of Magellan. I just want to make sure the people see that thing.
Yeah, find that. Oh, they got it. Put it up. We appreciate y'all.
Slow motion. Yo, they crazy.
Yo.
Come on, y'all. Bring that up. Why y'all be having it like dead air, man? We gotta.
We'll be
What they waiting
right
for?
back after these.
Right, there you go.
It's highlighted right there.
Right, so that's the Strait of Magellan, right? It goes all the way through South America, right? So that's where they traverse that whole thing. And now, of course, Spain, got Chile, Argentina, right? Brazil, right? So their language over there, well, Brazil is Portuguese, but the main language in these places is Spanish, right? But the people wasn't speaking Spanish before the Spaniards came along, right? So just wanted to show y'all what the Strait of Magellan is, so y'all have an idea, right? All praises.
Right.
You could always tell, where the Israelites are through the stuff that they've been through in history. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and verse 48 right quick.
Right.
Bring it out.
Watch this. There's no coincidence that the so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans been through the same exact stuff historically.
Right.
Read this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48.
Yep.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the
Start up
Lord
at verse
shall...
46. I'm sorry. 46. Yeah, I wanted 46, not 48.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for
The
a sign,
curses shall be upon you for a sign.
and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So the same stuff was gonna happen to the 12 tribes wherever they went, as long as we stayed in sin.
Right.
Everywhere we went, we got conquered. Everywhere we went, we lost everything. Why? Because we transgressed against God, and through the curses, He showed us who we was every time. Go ahead.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things.
Come on.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Everywhere on the planet where the Israelites were, we got conquered and forced to serve who? The same Edomite man. Same face, different name.
Right.
Whether they was Spaniards, whether they was American, whether they was Ukrainian, no matter what name you changed it to, we still all had to serve that same devil. Period, point blank. All through history. This is how we know we that people. Give me one more, Jeremiah 50:33, and then I'm gonna pass it because I'm gonna just pass it.
No, this is real, because again, when we look into South America, Central America, and then people think of the so-called Hispanics, if they're not looking completely, Afroed out, then they're like, oh, that's not our people. We only looking for the Afro such and such. No, that's not what it is.
Right.
The scriptures tell you that and even JT was bringing it up, that the people had got together there.
Yeah, they
right?
mingled.
Yeah, because they were the same people.
And they knew that they were the same people.
Yes.
I couldn't find the book for nothing, but it's actually in the history books that they knew that the black or African American slaves were their brothers, and they had made them kings in their tribes and all of that good old stuff. Bruh, I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. But go ahead, read that.
Yeah.
This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33.
Uh-huh.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts,
Uh-huh.
the children of Israel and the children of Judah,
Northern kingdom and southern kingdom, come on.
were oppressed together.
Everything happened like parallel with each other. They went into slavery on slave ship. We went into slavery on slave ship.
Right.
They lost they biblical identity. We lost our biblical identity.
Right.
Everything lines up biblically and historically to where you can't deny that we that people, that we them guys.
Right.
We are the people.
Period. Hey, get Deuteronomy 33. All right. Deuteronomy 33, we going 17.
Deuteronomy chapter 33 and verse 17. His glory is like the firstling of his bullock,
Right. Go ahead.
and his horns are like the horns of unicorns.
Go ahead.
With them he shall push the people together to the ends of the earth.
Right. Talking about what? Ephraim, right? The northern kingdom, but Ephraim pushing what? The northern kingdom to the ends of the earth. Go ahead.
And they are the 10,000s of Ephraim,
Mm-hmm.
and they are the thousands of Manasseh,
Go ahead. Read this part.
and of Zebulun.
And of Zebulun. Go ahead.
He said, Rejoice, Zebulun, in thy going out, and Issachar in thy tents.
Right. So that was our focus tonight, was really Zebulun, right? We touched on it a little bit, but then we had to go back and touch on some other things as well, right? So it took us into a different direction. But this is what? The northern kingdom, about them moving out from where? What we read in 2nd Esdras.
Right.
Right? The northern kingdom pushing out to the ends of the earth.
Right.
Meaning what? The western hemisphere, where never mankind dwelt. That's who you're looking at. All right. So you so-called Hispanics, y'all are the northern kingdom of the 12 tribes. Right? Y'all are the northern kingdom, right? Y'all have to understand that. What's known as the so-called 10 lost tribes, that is the so-called Hispanics today.
Yeah.
All right? You
Yeah.
got to understand that.
And guess what? Guess what?
Oh, it's way over there.
Oh,
This
yeah.
right here
Let me.
It's- is getting us over there.
That's right.
Make sure y'all donate, because we going over there and we waking up those tribes. We waking up those tribes all over the world, Craig.
Mm-hmm.
Not the city, the world.
Yeah. Right, sir.
Donate.
Right.
Go ahead.
And-
Judah. I
and-
see you. You
No.
about to say something.
Hey, but before you jump on that, Judah, because you just brought up the Booster Club and how we go into all the ends of the earth, right? Because the Northern Kingdom is not just in the Americas, right?
Right.
We found out that they over in the Solomon Islands and in all these other places, right? Bougainville.
Yeah, Boogan. I never
I
heard
never
of that.
heard of
Yeah,
that, bro.
Bougainville and all
Yeah.
that, right? This is exciting stuff, family, right? But watch this, Isaiah 11:11. That's what we call it, the Isaiah 11:11 project, right? Go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 11.
Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people,
Mm-hmm.
which shall be left from Assyria.
Right, which shall be left from Assyria. That's what we started off at, right? That the 10 tribes had left from Assyria. When you read that history, it says some of them could stay and some could leave. Most left, but some did stay, right? So it says what? Which shall be left from Assyria. Go ahead.
And from Egypt,
And our people who was in Egypt, a lot of our people still there. Go ahead.
and from Pathros,
Go ahead.
and from Cush,
And what? Ethiopia. JT was bringing that out earlier, right?
Mhm,
Go ahead.
mhm.
and from Elam,
Right, East India. That's how come we know that Christopher Columbus knew where India was, because it was
Right.
well on the map. Everybody knew where the hell it was at. Go ahead.
and from Shinar,
Go ahead.
and from Hamath,
Come on.
and from the islands of the sea.
Right, that's what we were talking about before, like the Bougainville and Solomon Islands and all these different places where you wouldn't expect. Fiji, right? Go ahead.
And he shall set up an ensign for the nations,
Mm-hmm.
and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel.
The outcasts of Israel. So when you hear that, the ensign for the nations, that's the outcasts of Israel.
Right.
Right.
That are in those nations.
Right.
Why? Scattered. Go ahead.
and gather together the dispersed of Judah
Uh-huh.
from the four corners of the earth.
Right. And gather together the dispersed, the diaspora. All right. This is how we started off with JT. He was talking about studying about the diaspora. Right. We disperse throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. That's what this booster club is helping us to do. To what? To help that. Right. Because how are they going to get gathered? First, they have to learn who they are and repent. That's how the Lord is going to be able to gather them. He ain't gathering up the wicked.
Right.
He's only gathering the ones who have repented and understand who they are as a people. All right. But and this one thing was beautiful that we read earlier in one of them books. It said that the people have said that their ancestors told them. Matter of fact, I don't even know if we got to that one. I'm gonna pull that up. But the same thing those people said in South America or in Belize in Central America was the same thing that the people said in Solomon Island to the bishop and the captains and brothers who went out there. Right. They told them the same thing. Our ancestors told us that there was a people that was going to come and tell us that who we are as a people, that we the Israelites. They literally told them that when they got there.
Yep. Crazy.
Come on, this is spiritual. This is another level. Go ahead, y'all. Say something while I find this.
Go ahead, Judah. I know you had something.
Yeah, well, we talking about the people that told us that the Native Americans came over here on a large ice bridge. Right? We know that we know with common sense, we could use common sense and know that's not true.
Right.
The same people told us that Christopher Columbus was lost. Him and a bunch of men with all that, they was all lost.
Right.
And they discovered America.
Right.
They didn't know nobody was here and they was looking for it. We know that that's not true.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The same people nowadays, they saying, well, in Africa or in Venezuela, it's tensions and war, but it's oil over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same trick. It's the same trick. These
Always.
people have been lying. They said Benjamin Franklin discovered electricity with a kite and a key. It's the same thing. Everybody knows that's not true.
Yo.
Right? So, like the Bible tells us, this same people have gone astray from the womb.
That's right.
Right.
They've been speaking lies from the beginning.
Right.
They're not stronger than us. They overtake us always with lies, with a handshake, with a smile on the face, and a stab in the back.
Devilish.
You know, so
Devilish.
That's what
Deceit.
they do, man.
yeah.
Just to discredit you, just to they'll discredit their own people just to discredit you, just to say, oh no, you can't listen to this. Only the simple listen to that, man.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
People that don't do their research listen to that, man.
Right.
So get up on your feet and do your research,
Yes,
man.
Right.
yes.
Because
Wake up.
the stuff that we showing the people, these are, like Officer Judah said earlier, these are books that they did not want us to see.
Right.
Right.
Majority of these books got names in them to who they was for and who they were supposed to give to learn who we are, to continue to keep us in sin.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Y'all better pay attention now.
Yeah, and for people who didn't understand that statement, keep us in sin, because if you watch them for the first time, be saying to yourself, how do they got power over you, keeping you in sin? Well, the thing is that they're not teaching you who you are, right?
Right.
So if you don't know who you are as an Israelite, then you're not keeping no commandments, so they keeping you in sin.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
smooth like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that's what we always try to push to our people. You know what I'm saying? And for us who's repented in this truth, okay, we preaching to the choir. But for the others who's just, y'all might be watching for the first time and y'all trying to find out about the Israelites and so on and so forth, this is what it is. You got to keep the commandments of God.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you do that? Through knowledge,
Yeah.
right? Meaning what? The laws of God, right? And then we have what? This other information around it that supports what the scriptures are saying.
Yeah.
If these things we were going over didn't support the scriptures, then we wouldn't use it
Right.
because it wouldn't make sense.
Right.
Right? It would not make sense. But we know for a fact the Moors were Israelite. We knew that before we saw that beautiful thing that Doctor pulled out.
Woo!
We knew
Man.
that before. But now that was it. It was smashed.
Yeah, that was confident.
Yeah, it was
Excellent.
it was cracked over the head crazy. She had that right in her what do you call it? Her vault.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Another thing, like you said, Cap, they probably didn't understand keeping us in sin. Look, watch this. They taught you Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
You celebrate
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
They keeping you in sin. Because
Yeah.
the scriptures say in Jeremiah 10:2 that you ain't supposed to follow none of their customs.
Yeah.
Right.
Period, point blank. Any of their customs that you keep, whether it be 4th of July, Thanksgiving, all of that stuff keeps the bulk of our people in the midst of sin.
Mhm.
Right? Go ahead, Judy. You see I see you looking stuff up.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
thinking on the same vein as that. They keep us in sin because they package it for us in our culture like that.
Right.
They
Right.
know if you take something as important as a culture from somebody, they're gonna go looking for it. So when they look for it, let's have it for them and let's make it the most opposite thing to them
Yep.
against their God.
Yep.
Let's package sin for them. Let's package boyfriend and girlfriend to them. You know what I'm saying? Soul Royal Oats. Try that. Right. Don't get married.
Yeah.
Have you a couple boyfriends and girlfriends before you that's sin in the first place.
That's right.
Yeah. Let's give them the Moors. They can have that. Do you know how wicked they people was when they was the Moors?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna look past that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
But they don't even want to give us that though, because in giving us that, then we're gonna take them right to the source.
Yeah.
Where did the Moors come from? Where they just popped up? You remember all of this is breaking down all these lies. Remember, they said the Dark Ages was when nobody had civilization. That's what they said.
That's dumb as hell.
Yeah, that's not the case. There was plenty of civilization. Y'all just ain't had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, they was.
Y'all ain't
They
had nothing
was
to
in
do
the
with it.
mountains, draws disintegrating.
Right, right. Eating lice and all that, picking little gnats out of each other's hair and eating them. Y'all, they know the history on that. That sound offensive to people, but that's just the reality. Go speak to them about it. They're gonna tell you. Yeah,
Right.
They're gonna be like, yeah. When they bit into them lice, it was cracking like a nut. Tasty. Like tasty. We told them no, that's not what you do, bro. Wait a minute. I got it. Hey, pull up number 9. Pull up number 9. And I got to pull something else up. The tribe of Issachar, all right, you so-called Mexicans, right? Listen, we're going to get on y'all for a second. We're going to show y'all something. I don't know if it's in this one right here, but all right, read this real quick.
All right. The Annals of the Caciques, translated from the Cacique Maya by Adrian Racinos and Delia Goetz.
Right, the caciques.
Title of the Lords of Totonis Sapan.
Go to the next page, brother. Thank you.
Page 166. This said manuscript consists of 31 quarto pages, but translation of the first page is omitted because they are on the creation of the world of Adam, the earthly para.
The next page, y'all. Come on,
y'all.
Stay with
Pay
it.
attention now.
The earthly para named Tamub. They were four. Oh, no, this is the wrong page.
Nah, this is the wrong page.
It's the wrong page.
Hold on.
Get the
Here it
right
is.
page now.
Go back to the 166. Okay. It says is omitted because they are on the creation of the world of Adam, the earthly paradise.
Nah,
Paradise in which Eve was deceived
there you go.
not by a serpent but by Lucifer himself as an angel of light.
So listen, y'all. They already had this, right? When the so-called white man got over there, right? They already had this in South America amongst the Northern Kingdom. They had this. That's what they're trying to tell you. Go ahead, read.
It deals with the posterity of Adam.
The posterity of Adam. Why would it be dealing with that? Because they knew where they came from.
Right.
Go ahead.
Following in every respect the same order as in Genesis.
Come on. Go ahead.
And the sacred books as far as the captivity of Babylonia.
Right. When we were captive in Babylon. Go ahead.
The manuscript assumes that the three great Quiche nations with which it particularly deals are descendants of the 10 tribes of the kingdom of Israel.
Y'all see that? This is not nothing that nobody making up. This is what they knew because they got there and they had the records. Remember, this is letter from the translator. They had to translate that. Go ahead.
Whom Shalmaneser reduced to perpetual captivity. And who, finding themselves on the border of Assyria, resolved to emigrate.
You see that? That's beautiful. It said they resolved to emigrate. So what did they do? Leave from Assyria and go into a the Bering Strait? Across Alaska and all that? That don't make no sense. They immigrated, meaning they jumped in them ships and left.
Yeah.
That's what we read in the Bible.
Right.
Family, listen, the days of being confused is over. All that confusion don't make no damn sense. Go ahead, y'all.
So that ice bridge went from Assyria to Alaska to
That's
America.
a long
Right.
walk.
That's a long ass walk
Right.
for one.
Why would you do that? Think about it. It took them a year and a half in ships. How long did it take them to walk? Woo! What, they had food and all that the whole way?
Right.
That's what y'all telling us. And then when you speak to the white man, they're gonna say, "Oh no, before there was an ice bridge, it was plenteous of grass and plenty of fruit and vegetables. Then when they got across it, then it overran with frost and snow and ice. Come on, man. Come on, stop.
That's crazy.
Lord, bro, these people will not stop lying, bro.
Kings of lies, man.
Oh my God, yo, y'all say something. I gotta look for this piece for this.
And like I said earlier, and it's the simple that believe them, that don't do no research.
Right.
They just regurgitating what masters say.
Mm-hmm.
Masters say, Simon says, touch your head. They touch their nose. They stupid. Stop listening to master and open up a book. Read a book, man.
Give me Psalms 58 and 3. Psalms 58 and 3.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 58 and verse 3.
Uh-huh.
The wicked are estranged from the womb.
Uh-huh.
They go astray as soon as they be born.
What they do?
They go astray as soon as they be born,
Right.
speaking lies.
Speaking lies. They are the champion of the lie, man. The lies, it seemed like a small thing. You know what I'm saying? But you got to imagine if somebody taught you that this color was blue all your life. If you learn this all your life, somebody would you would get to a certain age and say no. Somebody would say no, this is black, and you would fight them on that because you've learned all your life that this was blue, right? We learn all our life that we are African Americans, right? And we telling people no. We have historical facts, biblical records that we are the Jews of the Bible, right? And we get kickback because we've been lied to. And we don't want to be tricked no more.
Right.
So it's like, nah, you can't bring me no information. I don't want to be tricked. You know, so they fight it. But we got the facts, man. That's what the scripture talk about, casting down imaginations.
Deuteronomy 33 in the last verse.
Mm-hmm.
Deuteronomy 33 in the last verse.
Bearing.
Come on. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33 and verse 29.
Mm-hmm.
Happy art thou, O Israel.
Happy art thou, O Israel. You blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, happy is y'all. Why? Because y'all are the guys. Y'all are the people. We the people. Come on.
Who is like unto thee, O people, saved by the Lord?
Let me answer that for you. No one.
Right.
Ain't nobody like y'all. Ain't nobody. God said y'all the greatest, the cream of the crop, the above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Come on.
The shield of thy help.
Uh-huh.
And who is the sword of thy excellency?
Come on.
And thine enemies.
And our enemies, that mean you bastards, you white people, you Edomites,
mercy, Lord.
your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is what?
Shall be found liars unto thee.
You shall be found liars, and the Lord gonna expose you. The God is exposing you. The wicked gotta be revealed.
Hey, we're gonna reveal some wickedness too, right here. Yep, we're gonna reveal some more of this wickedness. This is for the tribe of Issachar right here. Hey, bring up number 5. Listen, Northern Kingdom, y'all better stop, man.
Stop it.
You gotta stop eating pork.
Get some help.
Stop eating pork. Now,
Stop eating pork.
Yeah, amongst the tribe of Issachar, they love that pork, bro.
Oh yeah.
The nation of Israel like pork, right? Because Esau put pork in our hands. I want to make y'all know that it was white people that made everybody start to eat pigs. Our people wasn't dealing with that. None of the 12 was dealing with that. We're going to prove that. For you so-called Mexicans out there, you're the tribe of Issachar, right? And I know y'all in your mind like, oh, yeah, we used to cook pork. And no, y'all never did that before these people got there. Hey, bring up number 5, man. What does that say?
Prehistoric America and the Jew.
Uh-huh.
Being a discussion of the legend that the American Indians were the 10 lost tribes of Israel.
Right. They call it prehistoric. You notice these words they like to use, right? How the hell could it be prehistory? It's history. Meaning, oh, it's prehistoric, so, don't listen to us. We're saying something, but please, pixie dust.
They trying to make it seem like the dinosaur.
Right.
That's what I thought.
Exactly. Meanwhile, we can even prove the dinosaurs exist.
And the dinosaurs are even real.
Right. These people are listen. Scroll up. Scroll.
Faster, y'all.
Oh, Lord.
Scroll.
All right. You see where it say right there, Indian aversion to swine. I want you to read that. Yo, zoom in on that so the people can see this thing, man.
Can y'all find it?
It's right there. There you go. Read that thing, bro.
Okay, Lord Kingsborough.
Read on the top.
Read-
Indian
read-
aversion
oh,
to
yeah.
Indian
swine.
aversion to swine. Lord Kingsborough, who devoted his life and fortune to the 9 ponderous tomes entitled Mexican Antiquities,
Mexican Antiquities. Tribe Issachar. Come on.
in which the theory is upheld with countless ramifications, alludes to the American Indians' aversion to swine.
Right. So now he's saying American Indians, right? Because he knows all the 10 tribes are there. So saying American Indian and Mexican, that's the same. Right? Go ahead. Because remember, it's all the Americas, y'all. All right. So don't get confused. Don't think when he's saying America, he's talking about North America. He's talking about all the Americas. Right? And when he's saying Indian, he's talking about all the tribes. That's what they would call. They were calling them. That just means slave. Go ahead.
He writes, it would appear that the Mexican tribes, like the Jews, considered the swine a highly impure and unclean animal.
Go ahead.
And never ate the flesh of the peccary or Mexican hog.
Right. Go ahead.
Others testify similarly and observe that the boar is referred to in Psalms 8:13 as the swine of the wood.
You see that? They went to the Americas, bumped into Issachar and all the other tribes and the rest of the 10, and realized what? That they did never eat swine.
Right.
And what did Esau do? Introduce swine.
Right.
Immediately.
100.
To do what? Like Officer Shem brought out, keep us in sin.
Right.
That was the point. Think about it. Outside of the nation of Israel, everybody eats pork with no problem.
Yeah.
Only the Israelite would not eat pork. So wherever you go to a place and they say, oh, no, we don't eat that, you know that that's Israel.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that that's Israel. Come on, man. Yo, this is annoying. I just hate every time you see things like this, you just get angry, right? Because we're going to see something else. Go down, scroll down, move over to the right. How much time we got, man? You can no, the other way. All right, go down. Down. The other way, man. Come on, y'all. To the bottom of the page, please.
The bottom of the page. You're going up.
That's the bottom of the page? Really? Okay. Damn, I thought I seen that. That's not. All right.
Why did they not eat the swine? Because like we read in 2 Ezra chapter 13 in verse 42, 41, it says, but they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where mankind never dwelt, that they might keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
That's beautiful. No, that's beautiful right there. Meaning what? That when they were amongst the Assyrians, they probably was eating that damn pig.
Right.
And then when they left from there, they said, yo, we're gonna do this right.
Yeah.
So when they got over there, they was still holding it down, holding it together. But these people are the devil that the Bible speaks of. Hey, go right back to what y'all had up. Go right back to what y'all had up. I knew it was something I seen. I just couldn't remember where it was. It's above where we were reading. Come on, post that up, y'all. Y'all just had it up. Lord, Claude.
It's almost over.
Yeah, zoom in. All right, right above there. Scroll down, Okay. All right, right there. The resemblances. Go ahead.
The resemblances cited by Penn by no means exhaust the list. Spanish missionaries to New Spain
They call it New Spain. They're the devil. Go ahead.
had already been won to this theory and cajoled their brains for analogies in customs and rites
Right.
among early New Englanders, particularly in the ranks of the Puritan divines. The opinion was entrenched that the Aborigines were somehow sprung of the seed of Shem.
You see that? They called them the Aborigines. Now they going even further, letting you know that these were the first people here. You see how everything backs the scriptures? Because they said they were going to a place where mankind never dwelt.
Right.
So they were the first ones here. That's why they called them the Aborigines or the originals, the Aboriginals. Go ahead.
Presumably through The elusive 10 tribes.
The elusive 10 tribes. They knew who they were. Why? You think they just showed up and there's a bunch of people running around with loincloth on? They got here. They saw the pyramids. They saw the conduits of the sewage system. They saw the pools, the reservoirs. They saw the buildings, the whole nine, the rites, the customs. They saw that. They said, this got to be them. Come on, man. Yo, this is annoying, y'all. Not this is annoying, but these people sicken me, man. I got
You got to stop listening to these people, man.
All the way.
Dogs, man. They don't bark. They ain't got no
They don't
ears.
bark.
They ain't got no ears, man. They gonna
got
keep
no
on
ears.
biting you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They deaf adders, like the scriptures say, man. You
Yeah,
got to
man.
stop listening to them.
No, real
man.
talk. I got one more for y'all. This is crazy. Hey, bring up number 8. Bring up number 8. It's called Yucatan. Before and after the conquest. Yeah, we just gonna kill flies with sledgehammers, man. That's what we doing on this show here.
Don't you move, fly.
That's wait for this heavy hammer to come down on it. Right? Go ahead, read that, bro.
All right, this is Yucatan before and after the conquest. Friar Diego de Landa, translated with notes by William Gates.
Hold on. I'm so. I think. Hey, y'all. I'm sorry. I apologize. Go to the page. Go to number 8, the last page. I'm sorry. Number 7, the last page. I'm sorry about that. All right. Go to number 7, the last page. Yes. And zoom in on the bottom right. See that where the X is? Read that.
Yes. Nevertheless, they had laws for the delinquents.
Right. They had laws for the delinquents, right? Go ahead.
And it was customary among them for the adulterer to be handed over to the one whom he had offended.
Right. So
And-
the adulterer, right? He slept with somebody's wife. He got handed over to the man who he slept with his wife. And why? Why did he hand him over? Why did he get handed over? For what? Go ahead.
And the latter killed him.
He had to get put to death. So what that sound like to you? That's the law on adultery.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the law on adultery, y'all. The man gets what? He gets put to death. Go ahead, read.
Striking him on the head with a stone.
He's to be stoned. That's in the scriptures. Read on.
And he could also pardon him if he wished.
Right. So they gave him an option. He could pardon him. Right? Go ahead.
It was considered that the guilty women were sufficiently punished with the disgrace, which they held as a serious matter. He who forced a virgin was stoned to death.
Y'all heard that?
Yeah.
That's rape.
Yeah.
Right? So we this is all in the scriptures. Now, as far as the guilty woman was sufficient with the disgrace, that's something that they put in, she's supposed to get put to death as well. Right?
Yeah.
But what? That part of it goes in Sirach where it talks about the woman who brings in heir by another.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But the Lord hates. And he says she will always be known as a whore, basically. That's that disgrace right there. So the point is, y'all, that the people knew who they were keeping these laws. This is not you're not finding this amongst the people who's not Israelites, y'all.
Right.
You weren't finding this amongst Esau. These laws didn't exist amongst Esau.
Right.
Okay? So this is why it's important for us to what? To be constantly in this truth, man, reading, getting this knowledge, man. For
Yeah.
real.
They put stones on them. He said, "Do this thing again. I'm gonna lay stones on you."
To the white meat.
Bruh.
Right. But all praises, y'all. All praises.
Yes, sir.
What else we got? Hey, I think we at the end of the show, man.
We at the end, man.
We
So
at the end
right,
of the show.
so right over here again, y'all.
Yeah. Booster
Isaiah
Club.
11:11, the Booster Club right
Try to grab it.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put your funds in there.
Yeah. Hey, listen, real quick too. Put up that JT thing. See if you can find. Do we have we got TikTok in there? Or any of that? Go find that. Yeah. Go find that. I meant to put that up before just to see what he's talking about because he does have some good stuff, but for us, anybody who come on the show, we got to share what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? What the Lord got, and so it's if you watch his TikToks, he got some stuff on it that you probably never heard before. But again, once he put this into it, it's gonna be a whole other program.
Right.
Same thing with Dr. Marie.
Right.
Right? She came, we like, damn, it's beautiful because we kind of knew about it, but to that level we didn't know. But then once we started going to these scriptures, something clicked. She said, wait a minute, I think I got something in the vault. she opened up that vault and came out with gold.
Behold.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So all praises. So hey, listen, in the meantime, while y'all looking for that, hey, bring up the thumbnail for next week. All right, we're gonna have a top. Oh, you found? All right, post that up right quick. You know what I'm saying? Show some love to JT. Coming on, right? So this is him, the West Coast greatest voice. All right, JT, and y'all can find his TikTok on there. He gets some decent views and all that, but you know, and he's talking about all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, he'll talk. Look, Stockton, New Oakland. He talk about all kind of stuff. You know, some of the stuff you get a kick out of it. You know, that's why I said I think the first one I saw, I thought I was like, well, this guy some kind of comedian, and then just the way he was bringing it out. But then I seen a couple more. I said, oh, this guy's all right. Okay, he got some stuff. You know, but again, we all can learn. So yeah, that's JT right there. Y'all can check him out. Run through his stuff. All right. Hey yo, bring up next week's thumbnail. Okay. So next week we're gonna have on a brother Jason Seals. All right, y'all going. This is gonna be a real good one. We're gonna be talking about the racist design of American education, right? So we're gonna get deep. Y'all know how it go. All right, and this brother, he real serious when it comes to this, and he gonna be bringing out some real important points. He's doing a lot, and y'all gonna really enjoy this one. All right, because we're gonna go deep. Obviously, we're gonna go into the history of the educational system in America. You know, and this goes into remember when we first started, we was talking about I think our very first show was the school to prison pipeline, right? And so this kind of fits in there a little bit. And so y'all tune in next week, 8:30, Jason Seals. It's gonna be popping.
Bring it out.
Cheer. All right. Yeah. So donate to the to our own little booster club.
Yeah.
Right? We need some more HDMI cables and
For sure.
and lights and things. All right. So yo, throw us a couple of dollars, y'all. Donate to the Nehemiah Squad. All right. Donate to the Nehemiah Squad. That's
we gotta
our
buy our
QR
IT
code.
guys some screws, man.
Yeah,
so
yeah, for their
tighten
brain.
their heads up, man.
Yeah, so they can pay attention what the hell going on. For real. The QR code is right there. And if not, IUIC.norcal@israelunite.org. All right. All right. And make sure to join us Mondays, 8:30 Pacific time. All right. Check us out on IG, YouTube, obviously, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, at IUIC Sacramento. All right. That's the Nehemiah Squad. Support, like, share, subscribe, and comment on comments.
Let's go.
Cheer. All right. So that's it, y'all. You know, Lord willing, y'all got something out of that. You know what I'm saying? We always try to bring y'all something, something in the world that's going on now and then related to the scriptures, and we get them guests and we talk and go back and forth, and it's a beautiful thing. So Lord willing, y'all got something out of that. And Officer Shem, take us out, bro.
Do it.
Go ahead. Oh, damn. Pass the baton.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Get the scripture. Get the scripture, man.
Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 21. Then I testified against them and said unto them, why lord ye about the wall? If ye do so again, I will lay hands on you.
Yeah, we gotta lay hands on. Hey, if you don't send money to the Boosters Club, we gotta lay hands on.
Right.
If you don't like, share, and subscribe, we gotta lay hands on.
Right.
And look, if the wicked keep lying to us about our history, we gotta lay hands on them.
Right.
Hey, we the Nehemiah Squad.
Yes, sir.
You got Mighty Captain Zakai, Officer Shem. I'm Officer Judah. Shalom.
Most High Christ bless y'all. Shalom.
Christ bless.
Till next week.